Shelley Winter Show. I want to take Barry's call. Go ahead, Barry. Thanks for holding, Barry. Barry. Thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hey, Shelley.
Hey, Barry.
Normally I agree with you, and I agree with most of what you're saying tonight, but I want to give you a little bit different lens to look at part of it. So,
Yes, sir.
The part I agree with you is I agree with what you're talking about endless wars and the neocons and so on. Are you familiar with what's called the economic hitman concept?
Yes, the great book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
Absolutely.
I read that. Let me tell you, I read that back in my transition days. You know, I was transitioning from hardcore liberal, you know what I mean, pinko commie, you know what I mean, and transitioning to conservatism, and I read that book. It's a great book.
Absolutely.
Well, go ahead, my friend, go ahead.
For the people who don't know what that is the U.S. goes in, we attack a company, attack a country, destroy its infrastructure, and then we loan them money to rebuild, okay, through the World Economic Bank. And when we do that, then we attempt to facilitate regime change in order to spread democracy, supposedly. Okay, that's pretty much bullshit.
Hey, come on. No, we can't do that. We can't. Thanks for your call, brother. We can't do that. I get it. I get it, brother. I get it. And you were doing so well. And he was having such a great call. He brought up Confessions of a Hitman. No one ever brings that book up on talk radio. You ever read it, George?
No, I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's a great book. I read it probably about 25, maybe 20 years ago or so. I can't, a long time ago. I suggest everybody get it. It's a great book. It tells you kind of how the world works. But you can't curse. And come call in tomorrow. Oh, by the way, tomorrow night, 7:48. Rant On, okay? For everybody listening, Rant On is where you get to call in for 15 seconds and say whatever you want to say. No cursing, obviously, but tomorrow, Rant On at 7:48. I'm getting better. I remembered on Thursday to promote it. I'm supposed to talk about this thing every night and promote ahead to it, they tell me, and I forget every time. So this segment is called Rant On, 7:48 tomorrow night, Friday. You call in and you got 15 seconds to say whatever it is you want to say. You want to yell at me for 15 seconds? Go ahead and have at it. Just no bad language, all right? So that's tomorrow night at 7:48. The segment's called Rant On. I do want to say this. Last night, and I'm trying to find a guest. Don't get mad at me, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. Last night we had Carolyn Bordeaux on, and she talked about James Tallarico. And she said something that I did not know about Mr. Tallarico, the Democrat candidate for Senate in Texas. And she said that she made the comment that in Texas he should do well because he's a Christian progressive. And I had never heard that term before. I know Black liberation technology, Black liberation theology. I'm familiar with that term. I went to a shout out to my pastor, my former pastor, Derek Rice, and Sankofa Church. I used to go there. Voted for Trump, and they all knew I voted for Trump. They knew my voting history, but it got too political. But he's still my friend, one of the best pastors, one of the best preachers ever, my brother, Derek Rice. But I went to that church for several years. He helped me through a lot. But I wasn't familiar with this progressive Christianity. And so I went down this rabbit hole earlier today. I wanted to talk about it tonight. So I want you to tune in tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the top of the show, because I do want to do a deep dive on progressive Christianity. And it's interesting to me. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Having gone to a church like Sankofa, headed by Pastor Derek Rice for several years, I can tell you I'm familiar with that social justice kind of preaching. I'm comfortable with it. It's not bad to me. It doesn't drive me to when it gets political. Obviously, it sometimes gets too much, but I understand progressive Christianity. I grew up Presbyterian in New York City, in Harlem, going to St. James Presbyterian Church. So there's this progressive Christianity. I understand it. Now, I'm not saying that it's something that I reject out of hand or embrace out of hand, but I do understand it. And I want to talk about it tomorrow night because I'm listening to a lot of, people talking about, and I think what we do on the right and the left picks out things on the right-wing evangelicals. They pick out one or two things that right-wing evangelicals say, and then they trash the whole thing. And on the right, they pick out one or two things that progressive Christianity says or believes in, and they trash the whole thing. And I want to, as I told you at the beginning of the year, tomorrow night at 7:06, I want to come in with that gray area. Having been raised Presbyterian in New York City, Harlem, New York, having gone to a what we would call Black Liberation Theology Church here in Atlanta for several years. Now I go to Word of Faith with Bishop Bronner. Having been on that side church-wise, having attended churches like that, having attended not now, but having visited and heard white evangelical Christians preach, I can talk about these two sides to the same God coin. So that's tomorrow at 7:06. I hope you'll join me. I'm doing a deep dive, and I want to come to you. I'm not a theologian, so I'm not going to be coming to you preaching. I just want to come to you and talk to you all. Because it's religion, quite honestly. I'll end the show with this. Religion shouldn't divide us. I get politics. I get sports teams. I even can get genders, male, female, But religion, really, when you think about what religion is, it should be the last thing that divides us. It really should. No matter what the religion is. Now, I'm not talking about people that want to kill people. I'm just talking about religion itself. A belief in God. A belief in something higher than yourself. That shouldn't divide us. So I want to talk about that tomorrow at 7:06. So make sure you're back here tomorrow night at 7:06 as we do a deep dive into progressive Christianity. And no, I'm not going to be railing against them. I'm not going to throw out terms like transhumanism, and I'm not going to throw out terms and stuff like that. I'm just going to talk about progressive Christianity. And I'm going to make the point over two segments tomorrow night, starting at 7:06, as to why religion shouldn't divide us. The Shelley Winter Show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening tonight. I really appreciate you. I want to thank, before I go, we've got some new sponsors of the show. This show is really growing, my friends. It really is. Our audience is growing. I appreciate all of you. Our sponsor, the companies that are sponsoring this show is growing. We've added southernexteriors.co.com, southernexteriors.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring the Shelley Winter Show. We appreciate you. You guys look up southernexteriors.co. And then also 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. We want to thank Cars for Kids for joining the Shelley Winter Show and trusting us to grow your business as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Cars with a K. Thank you to both those companies. We will do all the work we can to grow your businesses. We appreciate all of you listening. This show is growing. You could jump on board now. And like I say every night, God loves you. Peace.